Let's begin in a comfortable seat. Coming to sit on your mat, spine reaching tall, palms resting on your knees, facing up or down. And closing your eyes as you begin to arrive on the mat. Noticing your breathing and letting those breaths begin to become deeper and slower. And bring your hands in prayer to the center of your chest and set an intention for this practice. Something to repeat every time your hands come to this position. And maybe today you want to focus on something calming, something peaceful, something quieting. Whatever it may be, repeat it to yourself silently. And then inhale, reaching the arms up long overhead, stretching. And exhale, drop the right arm down for a side stretch. Left arm reaches long overhead, reaching through the fingertips, rotating the chest upwards. And inhale, coming back through center. Exhale, drop the left arm down. Right arm reaches long overhead, finding that side stretch. Keeping the right hip rooted down, rotating the chest up towards the sky. Inhale back up to center, reaching long. And exhale, twist to the right. Right arm comes behind you, left hand comes to your right knee. Right shoulder pulls back, left shoulder pushes forward. But keeping it gentle. Inhale back through center, and exhale, twist to the other side. Left hand comes behind you, right hand comes to the left knee. Spine is nice and long, and exhaling, twisting a little bit deeper. Inhale back to center, and exhale to release your arms down. Find Dandasana. Inhaling and stretching your legs out long in front of you, flexing through the feet, maybe moving the flesh away from the hip bones to find a more comfortable seat. And inhaling your arms up overhead, reaching long through the spine, and exhale to fold over. Hands coming to the thighs, the shins, the feet, wherever they may land. And letting your head relax. And then inhaling and walking your hands back up, lifting your chest, straightening the spine. And then exhale into a tabletop position. Hands coming directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips, engaging the abs. Gaze is down. Let's take a few rounds of cat-cow. So inhaling to drop the stomach, open the chest, lift the head. And exhaling to round the spine, drop the head. Inhale, lift the head, drop the belly, open the chest. And exhale to round the spine, drop the head. Keep moving like this at your own breath. And after your next exhale, come and find a neutral spine and tabletop. Take a breath in here. And then exhale into downward facing dog, planting the hands, lifting the hips up and back, finding length through the spine, through the side body, letting the head relax, lifting the hips up a little bit higher towards the sky, and letting the heels sink down towards the mat. Maybe here in this first down dog of the day, pedaling out the feet, or wagging the hips side to side, beginning to wake up the hamstrings and the shoulders. Inhale and bend your knees, gaze towards the top of your mat, and exhale, walk to the front, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands come into shins, thighs are the ground, spine reaches long, and exhale, fold forward, keeping a slight bend in your knees. Inhale into upward salute, raising your arms up overhead, coming to stand, reaching tall, and then exhale your hands down to your side, Tadasana. Let's go through our moon salutation. So inhale, reach your arms up high overhead, press your palms together, and then exhale and tilt to the right, finding length through that side stretch. Inhale back to center, reaching long through your fingertips, and exhale, tilt to the left, reaching down through your right foot, feeling that side stretch through the whole right side. Inhale, coming back up through center, reaching tall. And then exhale into goddess pose, stepping your feet wide apart, feet turned out, bending your knees, taking a deep bend, but keeping your knees in line with your toes, lowering your hips down, working to get your thighs towards parallel, and put your arms in a cactus position. Inhale to straighten both legs. Point your right foot forward and your left foot to a 45-degree angle, reaching your arms out at about shoulder height, and then exhale into triangle pose. Hinging forward over the right leg, right arm comes down to the ground, or your ankle, or your shin, or your thigh. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Hips open. Gaze is at your fingertips. And on your next inhale, find pyramid pose. Moving your hips towards square, the right hip draws back, the left hip pushes forward. And fold forward over your front leg. Really letting your neck relax here and finding length in your spine. Exhale and find low lunge, bending the right leg and lifting the left heel up. Open the chest and lengthen through the spine once more. And then inhale into crescent lunge, dropping the left knee to the ground, keeping your hips square. And reach your arms up high, pressing the palms together. Draw that belly button in and up, lifting through the crown of your head and maybe taking a small back bend. Exhale and find Skandasana. Place both hands on the ground inside of your right leg and shift your hips open. Point the left toes up and open up through the chest, lengthen through the spine, keeping your hands on the ground or bringing them into prayer. Inhale, Malasana. Coming back through center, bend both of your knees and sink your hips down into a deep squat. Press your elbows into your thighs, having your hands in prayer, and let your hips sink a little bit lower, aiming to keep the heels on the mat. Find lift through the arches of your feet and open up through the chest. On your next exhale, find Skandasana on the other side, shifting your weight into the left foot, pointing the right toes up to the sky. Hands on the ground or in prayer, either way lengthening through the spine. Inhale into crescent lunge, resting the right knee on the ground, facing towards the back of your mat. Squaring your hips, reach your arms up, pressing the palms together. Draw your belly button in once more, lifting all the way through the top of your head, and again maybe taking a small back bend. As you exhale, find low lunge, placing the hands on the ground, and lift that back knee up. Inhale into pyramid pose. Straighten the front leg, maybe scoot the back foot in a touch, keeping those hips aiming towards square and folding over the front leg. Let the neck relax and find a little bit more length in your spine. Exhale and find triangle pose. Opening up the hips, placing the left hand on the ground, your shin or your thigh, and then reaching your right arm straight up towards the sky. Really reaching through the right fingertips and reaching down through your left arm. Inhale, coming up out of triangle, stacking the torso up on top of your hips. And then exhale into goddess pose, turning your toes to face out, bending your knees, keeping your knees in line with your toes, lowering your hips down, trying to get towards parallel to the ground. Tailbone reaches down, hip bones reach up, and your arms are in cactus or goddess pose. Inhale, finding upward salute, stepping your feet back to become hip distance apart and reaching your arms tall overhead, pressing the palms together. And then exhale, tilt to the right, stretching through the side body, grounding down through the left foot. Inhale, back through center. And exhale, tilt to the left, finding the side body stretch once more. Inhale back through center, and then exhale your hands in prayer to the center of your chest, repeating that intention that you set at the beginning of practice. Take one more inhale here, and exhale it all out. Inhale and reach your arms up high, palms together. And then exhale, tilt to the right, pressing into your left foot, stretching through the whole side body. Inhale back through center, reaching tall. And exhale, tilt to the left, pressing the right foot into the ground, feeling that stretch. Inhale back to center. And exhale into goddess pose, stepping the feet wide apart, toes pointed wide, sinking the hips down. Arms are in cactus position, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Inhale to straighten both legs. Point your right foot forward and your left foot to a 45-degree angle. Arms out at shoulder height. And on your next exhale, find triangle pose, hinging at the hips over the right leg, placing your right hand down and your left arm goes up. Hips are opening, reaching through both fingertips, gazing up at the left fingertips. Inhale into pyramid pose. Moving your hips towards square, the right hip pulls back, the left hip pushes forward, and folding over the front leg. Let the neck relax. And if it helps, you can step that back foot in. Exhale and find a low lunge, bending the right leg and lifting the left heel up, opening the chest, lengthening your spine. Inhale into crescent lunge. Drop the left knee to the ground, keeping the hips square. Reach your arms up, pressing the palms together, engaging the abs, reaching through all the way through the fingertips, and then take a small back bend if that's comfortable. Exhale into Skandasana. Place both hands on the ground inside your right leg, shifting your weight to that side. Point the left toes up, opening through the chest, lengthening through the spine, maybe bringing your hands in prayer at the center of your chest, and repeating your intention. Inhale into Malasana, coming through center, and then sinking your hips low as you bend both knees, finding this deep squat, pressing your elbows into your thighs with your hands in prayer, aiming to keep your heels on the mat, opening up through the chest. And exhale, find Skandasana on the other side. Shifting your weight into your left foot, bending the left knee, straightening the right, pointing the right toes up to the sky. Hands on the ground or in prayer, still continuing to lengthen through the spine. Inhale into crescent lunge, letting the right knee fall to the ground, facing the back of your mat. Square your hips, reach your arms up high, draw the navel up and in, reaching through the fingertips and the top of your head, maybe taking that back bend again. And exhale into low lunge, placing the hands back on the ground, lift the back knee up. Inhale into pyramid pose, straightening the front leg, maybe scooting that back foot in. Keeping the hips aiming towards square here as you fold over the front leg, finding length in the spine and letting the neck relax. On your next exhale, find triangle pose. Open up the hips, place the left hand on the ground or your shin or your thighs, reaching the right arm up towards the sky. Reaching through both arms, gazing up. Inhale, coming up and out of triangle, stacking your torso back on top of your hips once again, and exhale into goddess pose. Turning your toes to face out, bending your knees in line with your toes. Working your hips down towards parallel to the ground. Arms are in cactus position, squeezing the shoulder blades together a little bit deeper. Inhale and find upward salute. Stepping your feet back to hip distance, reaching your arms tall overhead, pressing the palms together, and as you exhale, tilt to the right, stretching through the whole side body. Inhale back through center, reaching tall, and exhale, tilting to the left. Inhale, back through center, and exhale your hands in prayer to the center of your chest, repeating the intention you set at the beginning of practice. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale to Swan Dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, finding length in the spine. And exhale, plant the hands, step back into downward facing dog. Taking some time in this down dog to really squeeze those shoulder blades together. Find length in the side body. Lifting up through the hips and letting the heels sink down towards the ground. Take one last breath here. And then exhale to drop the knees, find child's pose. Let yourself relax into this pose. Keeping the knees as close together, as far apart as you'd like. Coming back to your breath. On your next inhale, come back into downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up and back, three-legged dog. And exhale into pigeon pose, bringing the right knee to the right wrist. Inhaling to open the chest, and then exhale to fold forward over your leg. Back foot can be tucked or lying straight on the ground. Letting yourself relax and find a little bit more space in this pose with every breath. Inhale to walk your hands back up, and exhale back into downward facing dog. Other side, inhale the left leg up and back, three-legged dog, and exhale into pigeon on the left side. Left knee comes to left wrist. Right leg stretches out long behind you, inhaling to open the chest and find length, and then exhale and fold forward. Noticing any differences on this side. Inhale to walk your hands back towards your body, lifting the chest, and exhale into downward facing dog. Take one final breath in this down dog, and then exhale, drop your knees and come and find a comfortable seat. Let's take another seated twist, so inhaling to lengthen the spine, and exhaling, twist to the right. Right hand comes behind you, left hand comes to your right knee. Finding a little bit more length on every inhale and twisting a little bit deeper on every exhale. Inhale back through center and exhale, twist to the left. Pulling the left shoulder back. Pushing the right shoulder forward, keeping the length in your spine. And then inhale to come back to center. And as you exhale, come to lie down, flat on the mat. Happy baby. Bringing your knees into your chest and grabbing on to your feet with your hands. Pushing up through your feet into your hands and then pulling your knees closer to your armpits. Maybe rocking side to side. And as you exhale, release the pose. Inhale to bring your knees back into your chest. And then exhale, drop your knees over to the left for a supine twist. Right arm reaches out long. Gaze over the right fingertips. And of course, feel free to close your eyes as we relax in this pose. Inhale, bring the knees back to the center of your chest. And exhale, drop your knees over to the right for a supine twist on the other side. Extend your left arm out long. Gaze is over your left fingertips. And breathe deeply in this pose. Inhale, bringing the knees back into the chest. And then exhale and release everything down to the mat for Shavasana. Spreading your arms and legs as wide as you'd like, taking up as much space as you want. Snuggling your shoulder blades underneath you so that they lie flat on the mat. Releasing any tension you might be holding in your brow, in your jaw, in your shoulders, letting it go. Letting go of any clenching in the stomach or in the hips. And letting your knees and your toes fall to the side. Let your fingers curl. And let go of the breath. Take a nice deep breath in and let it all out. Beginning to come back into the space around you, bringing gentle movements into your fingers and your toes. And as you feel ready, rolling over onto one side, maybe using your arm as a pillow. And keeping your eyes closed all the way, push yourself up into a seated position, bringing your hands to rest on your knees once again, finding length in the spine. And then bringing your hands in prayer at the center of your chest and tilting your head down towards your hands. Repeat the intention you set at the beginning of practice once more. And as the moon is an image of peace and serenity, I hope that these moon salutations have brought a little more calmness into your day. Thank you for joining me in practice today. Namaste.